Everyone, welcome back. Okay, so if you caught the last video, make sure that you go ahead and grab that one first before we get into this one, because a lot of the numbers in there are going to kind of explain what we're talking about here in this video. So this video I'm going to be focusing on the 3 things you can do to compete in a saturated market. So some of us are really fortunate that we don't have a lot of competition out there, that we're able to just kind of roll out marketing stuff and there's nobody else doing what we're doing. But a lot of us, most of us, are in some form of a competitive market, whether it's mildly competitive or highly competitive. And I have clients in the whole spectrum. So today we're going to talk about the 3 things that it takes to compete in that competitive market. Now, I mentioned in the last video that some people really, they like I had a former consultant who I think is great, but they always preached being competitive and not preached being creative and not competitive, which is awesome. I think that's a great mindset. But you can't always just ignore the fact that you have competition. It's actually really important that you are aware of your competition, and because you need to make informed decisions about your behavior and your efforts. And you have to do that based on how much competition you really have and what they're doing. So this will make more sense as I describe the 3 ways that we stand out in a competitive market. So the first way that we might try to stand out in a competitive market is by doing everything better, or, well, I'll say and or faster. So this means that we are out there, like, basically out marketing everybody. That means we are kind of doubling down our marketing efforts. Obviously, this is very expensive to do, but I mean, that's really what it is. If you have to be out there at community events, then, you're out there at every community event. You're there when all your competitors aren't. You are, putting a lot of money and being hyper effective about what you're doing. So you're doing it all better and faster than your competition. Obviously, very costly and very time consuming. So this can be one of the toughest. If you have capital, great, then you can attack this all day. Because if you have enough capital, then obviously you don't even need as much time. You definitely just really need the dollars to put behind it in order to outshine everybody else. But the next option that you have is doing what you've done in a new way. Okay, so doing what you've done in a new way. This means that you can stick to the methods that you've been doing, but you have to come up with new something. New designs, new offers, new sequences, new campaigns, new all of that. So it's really just basically like overhauling what you've been doing, taking a totally different angle from what you've done in the past. And I'm sorry if this is glitching out. I bet it's probably getting low on battery. But yeah, so doing what you've done, using all the same methods, but just taking a new approach to all of it. So obviously, again, this can be very costly and time consuming. You have to do redesigns. You're talking about paying for people to come up with new copy, or all of these things can be very expensive, very time consuming, and exhausting. So this is another option in order to outshine your competition. But let's talk about number 3. And this one's really important because not only would I say it's probably your best option, at least right now, there's some really interesting stuff that I can tell you about it. So number 3 is doing something totally new. Okay? So doing something totally new. That means finding a new strategy, of marketing to the same people that you've been marketing to, or marketing to people more effectively, creating more of that. If you saw my last video, then you saw the top part of the marketing funnel says awareness. So creating more of that awareness, doing something new to create that awareness. And the thing that a lot of people are doing today, and the way that everybody really needs to be going with their marketing, is to get into online marketing funnels. There are very, very few industries that I would say cannot vastly benefit from our online marketing funnels. And I wouldn't say that really they can't. I would say that there are some that online marketing funnels are much more of a secondary marketing, especially if you're like a business to business, kind of like myself. But it still has a place, and it still has some like oomph behind it, and you should still be getting into it even as a B2B. But if you're business to consumer, this is absolutely where you need to be. Everybody is on these things. They're on their phones, they're on social media all the time. There are billions of people on Facebook today. There's all kinds of social media out there. I guarantee you, somewhere out there, your target demographic is hanging out online, and you need to be figuring out how to reach them. So online marketing funnels has become incredibly powerful. And we've been using it in like dentistry and all kinds of other medical specialties and things like that. And it has been so powerful that, when I'm talking to people, I always, I had someone ask me not that long ago that, should I get into Google AdWords or should I go to Facebook ads? And I said, Facebook ads hands down, because you're going to pay way less for your traffic through Facebook ads than you're going to through Google AdWords. Google AdWords tends to be anywhere from 5 to 10 times more expensive in order to just get someone to click on your ads versus Facebook. Facebook is considerably cheaper. So if you want to know where to start, if you are not already having very focused and intentional campaigns through your Facebook ads, then that's what you really need to be developing in your business right now. And if you need help with that, if you have questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to me. This is something that I've really gotten into in the last year and really, really enjoy. And it is a newer technology. It's still not like widely adopted. It's really catching on like wildfire, because I actually keep talking to more and more clients who are noticing that their competitors are running funnels. So if you're not doing it, you need to get on it now before your competitors do. And they may already be on it, but grab the market share before they do. And if you have questions, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you guys. And don't forget to like my videos, leave comments. I love to hear back from you guys. If you have questions, or if you want me to do a video on something in particular, then reach out, leave a message. I check everything every day, so I love hearing from you guys, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.